If you've had a baby over the last few years or about to have one now, you've probably seen the flyers promising peace of mind if you bank your baby's umbilical cord blood. More than 30 private companies making almost $300 million a year are behind the business. But is their product worth the high price? Our Dr. Richard Besser is on the case.
George, there's no doubt that scientists believe umbilical cord blood stem cells hold promise for the future. They're already being used for conditions such as aplastic anemia, and experiments are currently underway to determine if these stem cells can treat other more common conditions like type 1 diabetes.
It's hard to ignore advertising that offers a lifetime of protection for your children. If you're an expectant mom, there's information coming at you constantly. In your doctor's office, in magazines, online, even in your yoga class.
Do you have any idea what umbilical cord stem cells can be used for?
Not to the extent that I should.
Not yet.
Not yet. I'm really early in my pregnancy still, so I'm just getting to the stage where I'm exploring and trying to understand all the things that I need to prepare for.
Is it something you're going to think about or look for more information on?
I certainly should know more about it, I imagine, because everywhere it just sounded a little bit maybe science fiction-y or something to me.
It is private cord blood banking, and it comes with a hefty price tag. $2,000 to $3,000 for the initial fee, and another $100 or so per year for storage. A small price to pay for peace of mind. Or so thought Tracy Donis. Tracy paid to bank her son Anthony's cord blood. But 4 months after he was born, Anthony was diagnosed with osteopetrosis, a rare disease that caused Anthony's body to produce excess bone. It also causes blindness and can be fatal if it's not treated. Tracy thought they were in luck.
When they mentioned stem cells and I said, oh, I banked his cord blood, we could use that. And immediately they said, absolutely not.
Osteopetrosis is one of 80 diseases listed by private cord blood companies in their marketing materials. But Anthony's disease is genetic, and although he might be able to use cord blood from a sibling, he can't use his own stem cells for treatment because the disease is in every cell in his body. And the majority of diseases listed as treatable with stem cells, they are genetic.
It was the life preserver that didn't float.
But where's that information in the brochures? Here it is. Does not guarantee the cells will be applicable for every situation. That means it may not work for your child.
Tom Moore is the CEO of Cord Blood Registry. This letter, included in his company's literature, calls banking cord blood biological insurance. But that's a stretch.
Is it ethical to market stem cells as a biological life insurance policy?
I don't think we market it as a life insurance policy.
That's not a term that you would feel is appropriate.
I don't think so.
Today, although blind, Anthony is a healthy 7-year-old after being treated with a stranger's cord blood stem cells donated to a public bank, a resource available to everyone. And Tracy now feels private banking was a waste of money.
There's so many people out there that don't really understand, and they're so misled by the advertising that's out there, and it still makes me angry.
Well, I'm one of those people, I have to admit. Now, Allie and I we signed up with the Cord Blood Registry, but I guess I didn't read the fine print either. I didn't realize it didn't cover those genetic diseases. So what, in fact, does it cover?
Well, there are conditions that you can use it for, something called aplastic anemia you can use it for. And if the child has a sibling who has a genetic disorder and they're a match, you have to be a cell match, then you can use it for someone else in the family. A lot of the marketing is around what's called regenerative medicine, which is the future promise that these cells could be used for things like cerebral palsy or Alzheimer's disease or heart disease. But those studies are really early.
But so it could pay off. We just don't know it yet. So what is your advice to parents who are considering this?
Well, I think you need to go in with your eyes wide open. And no problem with people doing this if they understand that. People should realize that groups like the Academy of Pediatrics, the American Medical Association recommend people do public banking and not private banking unless they already have a child in the family with the disease.
And that would be much cheaper.
Well, it's free. If you go with the public bank, it's free. If you then end up having to use blood from that, your insurance company will pay for that transplant.